Hello everyone, thank you very much for watching this video today. This will just be a short guide on how you can install Zoom onto your Amazon Fire tablet. So firstly, a little around what Zoom actually is. So Zoom is an online web-based conferencing tool which you can install on many different devices, and the benefit of its use is that you can stay in touch with your friends and family via live chat or video call, and you can also partake in online classrooms like the one we're going to demonstrate. Now, the demonstration we're about to show on the screen is how you can install it via the Amazon App Store. So from your home screen here, you firstly need to locate the App Store, which for me is in the middle, but it could well be somewhere else for you. So we'll open the App Store. Now, those of you that have done a course of Realised Futures before will already be familiar with this, but there are a couple of different ways you can search when you get to the App Store. So firstly, you have the magnifying glass at the top of the screen, top right hand corner, which means search, and in which case you could type in Zoom to get direct access to the app. Alternatively, you can scroll down and look at the preset categories, and because a lot of people are using Zoom at the minute, you can see under top free downloads, Zoom is right at the top there. So just for ease of use, we're going to get to it that way for this demonstration. So you tap it once. When you get to this stage, you can read a bit about it just to make sure it's genuine and it's secure. So we can identify that via the gold stars. We can see it's 4.5 stars, which is good. And you can read some information about it if you want to, using the different tabs here. Okay, if you want to read some reviews, you can. You can see generally they're very, very good. They're very strong. And again, it re-emphasizes that it's top free, so you know it's being used well. Okay, so if you now want to download the app, you need to press download, or it might say get. And you can see the orange bar moving across the screen, which is showing you the progress of its installation onto your tablet. Now, once it's all the way to the end, this app will then be on the home screen. So when you want to use it in the future, you can access it just through the home page. You can now see it says open, which we can tap on to start using the app. And here we go. Now, when you get to this stage, you have a couple of different options on how you proceed. So firstly, there is a sign up option, and that will allow you to create a free account. Now, the benefit of doing so is that you'll have access to further features, but it will also allow you to create your own video calls. So if you wanted to have a virtual coffee morning, for example, you could do so, but you would have to sign up first to be able to create it yourself. The alternative method is by pressing on join a meeting. Now, the benefit of this is there's no requirement to sign up, and it's free and you can access it very, very quickly. The only thing you will need is the meeting ID, and there will also be a requirement for a password as well. Now, that will always be provided to you by whoever has created the meeting. If you're doing a course with Realised Futures online, it will look a little bit like this. Before you get granted access to what you can see on your screen right now, you'll always be placed into a waiting room, and the reason that will happen is so the host, the person which has set up the meeting, can just make sure that those entering the meeting are the ones which have been sent the invite, but also just to ensure they're ready to start the meeting. Now, what you can see on your screen right now is what it will look like when you have been granted access to the meeting. Obviously, at the moment, you can't see anyone else's face on the screen, so what you can expect when you get to this stage in the future is whoever you're having a meeting with, it will be on the screen. Obviously, the more people that are taking part in the meeting which have the video facility, the smaller the faces will appear on the screen. But it's really important when you get here that you can access your own audio and video settings to ensure that you can take part as best as possible. So firstly, at the bottom left-hand corner, you can see that you have audio, which currently says mute, and video. Now, the key to remember here is if the icon is red or it has a line straight through it, you know it's turned off. So right now we can see the video is turned off. So if I want to put it on, I need to tap it once. And the same would apply for audio. If there's a line through it, we know it's off. and if there isn't, we know it's on. Quite often when you're taking part in these meetings, you either won't be able to see someone else or they won't be able to hear you. So it's really important that you can access these two buttons here to take part in the session as best as possible. It's also important to remember that you can turn them off. You don't necessarily need to use them to take part in a session. So do whatever you feel comfortable with, but you will need to be able to access them at the bottom. When they disappear, because they will when you don't touch the screen for a moment, you just need to tap in the middle and they will reappear again. So at this stage, it's really about getting onto Zoom, either by signing up or joining a meeting, and then taking part by using your video and audio settings. Hopefully this has been really helpful to you, and we hope to see you on an online classroom with realised futures really soon.